display.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Hill. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
Off play action. Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off the play fake. Fields.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
Oh my God, I got caught looking in the backfield.
Open, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Curtis Samuel, 27 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. Rosas to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Hill on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Watch the ad.
On the carry, here's Smith. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check 26, check 26.
Now it's Hill off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And that's going
Catch
to
the
be
fucking
incomplete.
ball.
A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Steps away. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on first down.
Play the
but this
ball,
one
bruh.
to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the draw, this is Cohen. Space to maneuver at the 40. He gets it
This
across
is
the
bullshit.
50
I
and
hate
down
this
to the
fucking cop
48.
shit, man.
27 yards there, a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardages come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe. They'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Off of play action. Hill rolling to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
You didn't hear me?
Did I just see?
No, I wasn't paying the money.
Did I just see?
Wow, how fast people change. Okay.
Say it for me. Say it for me.
You don't think that's rude?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you gotta have those great skills back there.
Why weren't you paying me any mind? Like I'm not a person anymore?
And of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all
No,
the way to
Lee,
the house?
you're not gonna keep leaving when you want to treat me like that. You're not gonna keep trying to run every chance you get.
Wait, I'm trying to ask you a question. Nobody's talking about any of that.
I'm talking about that. Like, you think that it's okay for you to do that shit like it don't hurt nobody else. Like, you think that only thing you worry about is your fucking own feelings. You don't care. Like, it's crazy. Like, you allow yourself to do that shit.
In the past, when I've done that, it was, I was leaving. In the situation today, it wasn't even like that.
It looks exactly the same, Ali.
It crossed my mind until you said it.
It looks exactly the same.
Oh, well, damn. I didn't think we were going there, but okay. Like, it wasn't even on that.
You didn't think we were going there. Somebody gets, that's what I keep saying. You have yet to answer that question. How else would you look at it?
I looked at it as, okay, I guess I look at things from a perspective of I'm doing somebody else a favor. But in your case, it always goes left or it's always viewed negatively. Like, I'm thinking, okay, this is your day off.
What are you talking about? How you doing me a favor by storming out of here? How are you doing me a favor by storming out of here, Ali?
I wasn't storming out.
When you get up aggressively and start leaving, please help me understand what you're thinking on this. How is that doing me a favor?
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I can't understand what you're saying because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, Ali. What you're saying doesn't make sense.
How does that not make sense? How is okay? I'll remove myself from the situation so you be more comfortable.
God,
not
Ali.
make sense.
Ali, it does not make sense.
Considerate? Like I don't understand. I don't understand.
Ali, if I'm sitting here and you're not telling me anything, we're sitting having an argument, and somebody gets up and starts walking away, packing their stuff. How does that
tell you anything? But
Ali, how does that look to you?
Across.
You have yet to answer that question. How does that look to you? How would that look to you?
In the same situation, if you had said what I said,
you didn't. All you said was, "I got it. I got it. I mean, I got it. I'm not gonna sit in nobody's house."
And it wasn't like that. Like you
my
don't.
God. And that's the problem. You don't give a fuck about how I feel about it at all. Or how I took it. You keep trying to prove. You keep trying to make it seem like what you did was okay. Basically, that's where we are.
I'm trying to have you listen to. I said when I got up, when I went to go.
I heard that already. You're not getting what I'm saying.
You're not getting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
what you're saying is fuck how I feel about it. That's what you're saying.
No,
because I keep telling you how I took it and why I took it that way. Instead of trying to be understanding of what I'm saying, you're trying to argue that I shouldn't feel that way. That's what you're saying.
I want you to understand where I was coming from and what I was doing in that situation, and that it wasn't what you thought it was.
And if I said I hear you, I hear that. I said I hear that. I said, but you're not understanding why I feel the way I felt about it and how you carried it.
I understand where you're coming from. You say it looks similar to things that have happened in the past, and that's where you thought I was going with it. I get where you're coming. I understand what you're saying, and I'm like, okay, that's not what I meant by it. I thought that I put that point out there before I got up, like with my little soliloquy or whatever I said prior to. I thought that was like explaining it, but obviously that's not what you got from it. You got something else. Rightfully so, because you said it looked very similar to something that happened in the past. I said that.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Hill. He'll buy some time right. And this one complete to Smith. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. On first down, it's Smith. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. To throw on 2nd and 6. Hill. He's got Burton here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on 3rd, Hill got his man. That's Harry. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends his drive. They go back to the ground now with Smith. Past the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Ito Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Oh, come on with this comp bullshit, man. This shit is fucking ridiculous. He just ran. Oh, my God. This shit is just.
Take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Wow.
Cohen, his 5th
Fucking 5 people grabbing him. He
and the Jets will
just don't
extend
get it.
their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Hill. Catch is made by Harry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Hill. This one into the hands of Burton. 25 yards that time.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Squeeze, double, double.
From the gun, Hill. He's got Smith here. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line.
Check the hot read.
Hill now operating from the red zone. Escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Fields. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line.
Let's go.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch quick.
First down, a run with Cohen. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Yeah, baby.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Let's go.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check the call, check the call. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Man out, once more. Man out.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Snags it for the pick. Two-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Oh, wow.
As well.
Not only was the call
How you dropped that, bruh?
The execution of that defense right there. The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So here we go on 4th. Hill. He's got his tight end, Burton. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On 1st down, it's Hill. That's complete to Smith. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Mike, sit. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Hill throwing once more. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Buying time to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
He'll live to fight another down, right?
Flush to his right. Got a man open, that's Harry. And he will take it in for the touchdown. N'Keal Harry, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so that the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, switch gears.
2nd and 11. The screen pass here to Cohen.
What the fuck was that? Are you kidding me, man?
And they'll get it all the way.
Oh my God, yo! Like